Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
Good.
Would you like to do an interview?
Sure.
Thanks. What are you listening to?
Led Zeppelin.
Oh. I've never really got into that music, honestly.
Really?
Do you like it?
Well, I was raised on, my mom was like a big Deadhead, so I was raised on all that stuff. Yeah.
That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
I have a hobby where I stop strangers and I set a timer for 5 minutes after we've selected a belief that you're sure is true.
Uh-huh.
You think, earlier today, I talked to a woman who thought that whenever she sees an animal, if she feels a connection with it, it's a dead relative or dead friend.
Right, I just had that right now.
Excuse me?
I just had that with the red cardinal.
That's so funny because we used red cardinal as an example.
Yeah.
I said if the red cardinal landed here right now, what would go through your mind?
My mom.
Can we explore that belief? Do you want to just do a short little chat?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
What is your name?
Shay.
I'm Anthony.
Nice to meet you.
It's my pleasure. S-H-A-Y?
Yes.
Okay. Are you okay if I record it?
Yeah, that's fine.
At the end of the talk, if you're uncomfortable about it or whatever, just let me know. I'll give you a card.
Okay.
And I could blur your face, or we can do audio only, or whatever.
Okay.
I'm going to be very respectful and listen to you, but I'm going to ask questions too.
That's fine.
To figure out how we can be so sure that that's true.
Okay.
All right. You had an experience on the trail just now. Tell me a little bit about that.
Okay, so I was walking, and right now I just had on my Grateful Dead, because I listen to Grateful Dead when I go hiking. Just, it relaxes me, and ever since my mom passed away, it's just, I feel a connection that way, with her.
I'm sorry to hear that she passed away.
Yeah, it's okay. But as I was listening to it, our song came on that we both enjoy, which is Sugary, Shake It Sugary. And then I saw a red cardinal up in the tree, and it was tweeting. And I wasn't going to look up, I wasn't going to pay attention, I just thought it was a bird. But it caught my attention because it was tweeting so loud, so I looked up, and it was a red cardinal, and we, for about 2 seconds, and then it flew off.
Okay. And then what went through your mind after the experience?
You just feel like an inner peace, like, okay, they were coming by, saying hi, letting you know that it's okay.
Okay. Okay, that's interesting. Is the feeling that you get giving you the impression that the belief is really true?
For me, yes. I was raised, like I said, she was a hippie. So we were raised in nature. We were raised to really listen to nature, and, whenever you feel something inside and the nature's reaching out to you, it's a connection that you make within yourself and, the world that's around us.
Okay. I think this is twice now where you mentioned you like Led Zeppelin, maybe because you were exposed to it, you were raised with it.
Right.
And now you were also raised in nature. Is the main reason why you think that this belief is true because you were told about it?
Not really. I mean, we've always talked about it as a family, so I guess my whole family pretty much believes if we see a red cardinal, it's somebody in the family, whoever we have that connection with. It could be anybody. My Uncle Randy, he just passed away too, and there'll be times where I'll think of him and then you'll see a red cardinal. So it's just when you're thinking of that person and then you see a sign, that's where it comes from.
Okay.
Because also when my grandma passed away, we saw a rainbow when we let her ashes go. So now when I see rainbows, it's my grandma. So it all comes together.
Yes. Okay. I think I got you. The experiences or the feelings that you're getting when you have these experiences are real.
Right.
So you observe a rainbow. It reminds you of the memorial that you had for your grandmother.
Yes.
And then, is it bolstering your confidence that your grandmother was communicating with you, or is it jogging a memory that you had with your grandmother or something else?
I think it just jogs a memory that I had with her, unless I get like a special feeling, it's just a feeling that you feel. Like sometimes I'll see a rainbow, I won't feel anything, but if you're thinking on her and you've been thinking about her all day, or say for that week, and then it shows up, then I feel like they're trying to connect with you in a way.
Okay.
That's just
Can I get a sense of your confidence that this is really true? 0 to 100?
In my opinion, yes. I think it's completely true.
Okay. Is it fair to say that, I forgot to set the timer. Let me just reset it to 2 minutes. I'll go to 3 minutes.
Okay.
Is it fair to say that you're more likely to attribute an encounter with a cardinal, for example, to a loved one if you've already been thinking about the loved one earlier that day?
I'd say so, yeah.
Okay. Are you less likely to attribute the encounter to a loved one if you hadn't already been thinking about the person?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
So for me, it's if I'm thinking about them and then I see something that comes up, that's when I feel that it's meant for me and it's like a meaning for me to see.
Could you still go through life respecting the loved ones and the great times that you've had with them and be reminded of them when you encounter nature, but not thinking that it was them sending you the message?
I'd say so. I'd say so, yeah.
Okay. And yet you think that they are sending you the message currently today?
I think, yeah, I mean, for me, yes, just because that's what she had always said, you know, after her mom passed away, a red cardinal would land, oh, there's, you know, grandma, because she had been thinking of her. So for me, if I've been thinking of my mom and a red cardinal comes, I've even taught it to my kids. So now they, you know, every time that my daughter sees a red cardinal, she says, hi, Mimi, or hi, Uncle Randy, and she'll, you know, try and talk to him.
Okay, okay. Let me ask you this. If you decided that you didn't want to teach your kids this belief, and they spotted a cardinal, what do you think would go through their mind?
If I hadn't already taught them?
Yeah.
Probably just a pretty red bird.
Okay.
I don't know if they would actually feel a connection if I hadn't taught them about it.
Could they still have a meaningful connection with the loved ones in their life and in your life that are no longer here without holding the belief that their spirit is communicating to them through the nature?
Yes, I think so.
Okay.
My daughter, she believes that she can talk to my mom whenever. So, I mean, she doesn't need to be around nature or anything. She just talks whenever she wants to talk to her.
Okay. Yeah. Last question, maybe. I'd offer you water, but I'm out. I'm sorry.
Oh, I have.
Okay. Good.
Thanks.
Is there any chance whatsoever that you might be teaching your kids something that's not true?
Not in my opinion. Maybe in somebody else's opinion, but not mine.
Okay.
Yeah.
How do you know for sure that it is true?
I mean, it's just what I believe. So, I mean, I don't know. Half the time, a lot of whatever anybody believes, I don't know if it's true. You know what I mean? So, a lot of people say if you can't see it, then it's not true. But I don't believe that. I mean, I believe what you feel is true is your own truth, not somebody else's.
How far are you willing to go with that? I mean, would you bring your child to a doctor who just thinks that she's a doctor and makes it true?
Probably not. I see what you're going with that, though. But yeah, no, I guess not. You got me thinking now. I see your point. But for me, I mean, the spirituality is a whole different thing than a doctor, in my opinion.
If this woman thinks that she has a spiritual ability to heal people, and your daughter's really sick, but this lady really thinks that she has this ability, would you bring your daughter to her, or would you bring your daughter to a doctor?
Probably a real doctor.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I say that because my son, he's type 1 diabetic, so I believe that there are doctors that know what they're doing, and they need a medical doctor, not a spiritual doctor. So.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, that was great.
Yeah.
Thank you, Shay.
You're welcome.
That was cool. Let me give you my card.
Okay.
This is often a good opportunity, like if you want to ask me like
Yeah, what are you
more about
doing?
what I'm doing. Usually
That's
people
what I
want to know,
wanna know.
what's he doing? I want to pick a belief that people think is true
Uh-huh.
and then ask questions to see how they could be so sure. I think I mentioned that at the start.
Right.
Mainly because it seems, number one, a lot of people don't think about their beliefs very often.
Uh-huh.
They just form them. It seems like they're just forming them.
Right.
Because they were exposed to it, they were told it, they're teaching other people these beliefs.
True.
And-
That's where I am, pretty much, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Because I'm thinking about your children, for example. Is this a belief that they're forming because they have good reasons to believe it? Or is it a belief that they're forming because they're being told that it's true?
I mean, probably for me, I think it's probably because I'm telling them, but it's also something that they feel is true. I don't know if it's something that it just makes us feel better, you know, that, you know, oh, there's a sign. It could be our, you know, loved one saying hello, which it makes me feel better thinking that it could be my mom or, you know, my uncle or whoever. I guess it just gives us inner peace. So
Yeah, I would imagine the feelings are totally real.
yeah, the feelings that you experience when you see it,
Yeah.
it's like a sign, you feel it.
Right.
But like I see where you're coming at, you know, saying that we're exposed to it, we've been taught that, so
Yeah.
maybe it's a feeling that we're feeling because we were taught that. But I mean, those are good questions. Now I'm thinking.
Awesome. That's the whole point, I guess, of this
Yeah,
this
well,
exchange.
it's working.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, that was beautiful. I love lovely talk.
All right.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thanks.
Yes,
Good
ma'am.
luck.
Have a great day.
You too.
Okay. Bye now. I loved how this talk about deceased loved ones visiting us in the form of animals began as organically as someone looking to conduct talks could hope for. I had just finished having a talk with somebody about cardinals, and here Shay had just experienced a similar thought shortly before running into me. That was really neat. Several times during this chat, I had heard language from Shay to suggest that she might be viewing truth in relativistic terms. Words like "for me" and "in my opinion" seemed to come up several times. However, instead of administering the truth test with candies, this time I decided to present her with a real-world scenario that almost anyone with kids has to face. What kind of person would she take her sick child to? A woman who feels that she has a spiritual ability to heal, or a real doctor? There are at least two important points that I want to point out. First, through questioning, Shay was able to recognize that people can remember their deceased loved ones without having to attach a spiritual component to it. That's important for people to discover during these talks because I think it's easier to inspect and possibly discard a belief that may not be true if you have other options. And second, Shay seemed to indicate at the end that this chat was effective in helping her re-examine this belief that her family keeps passing along to each other. I wonder what Shay will think the next time one of her kids spots a cardinal.